next phylum that goes by the name Aschelminthes. Here, you see the body of it is in the shape of a round or circular. That's why they're called roundworms. Okay, now let's move into the characteristics of their body and their internal parts. The most of them are free living. That means they are not depending on they don't live as a groups, and aquatic and even terrestrial also. That means they can live not only in the water, but some of the forms of these organisms even stay on the land or in the soil. You can say like out of the water, and most of them are parasitic in nature on what plants and as well as in animals. We already said that parasitic relationship in which one gets benefited, that means the parasite gets benefited. The one where the organism is living gets harmed. Okay, that means minus sign. Plus and minus signs to represent the kind of association between these two organisms. When it comes to the habit, how they look, the body is bilaterally symmetrical. I explained it to you. And they have organ system level of organization. So far in the previous phylums, you heard that the body is up to the organ level of organization. But here, Aschelminthes have organ system. That means they have digestive system, respiratory system. All the most of the systems are present in these organisms' body. The body is developed from three layers: germ layers, ecto, meso, and endoderm. And the body is pseudocoelomate in nature. That means they have false cavity in the body. This is the peculiar and most distinct group of organisms have pseudocoelomate. Rest of them, most of them, either it can be acoelomate or coelomate organisms. But Aschelminthes are the ones which have pseudocoelom in their body. Digestive system is complete. That means it starts from mouth to till anus, and they have muscular pharynx for capturing food material, an excretory tube removing the body waste from the body cavity through the excretory pore. So the body cavity consisting of waste metal are those expelled out of the body through the body excretory pores. When it comes to reproduction, sexes are separate. That means male reproductive organs are present in the male body and female reproductive parts are present in the female body. So we can call it as a sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism. And it is clearly visible that males are shorter than the females, like you can see right over here. The whole body of the both male and female have clear-cut morphological distinction. Females are longer than the male body. This is how they look, roundworm, right? Circular, round shaped. And fertilization is internal. Fusion of male and female gametes takes place inside the body. And they have direct development. So the zygote is formed and the adult is formed, or the young one is formed. In between, they don't have any larval stage. And the young ones resembles the adult. That's why there is no larval stage which is distinct or which is different from adult. And sometimes they do show, some of the life forms of this phylum show indirect development where they have a larval stage. Here's some of the pictorial representation of organisms that belong to Aschelminthes. You can see some of the organisms, especially uh, the organisms like Ascaris, or you can call the other one as Brugi malai, which causes the elephantiasis, filariasis. Sometimes you can call filariasis, where in which you can see these organisms causes the or infect the lymph nodes. See, the lymph nodes are scattered all across the body. They attack the lymph nodes, especially the limbs part of the limb means hands and legs. Not only that, there are other organs also they get affect. They even affect. What happens when they infect these lymph nodes? These lymph nodes start swelling, causing the whole organ to swell, and that's why the disease is called elephantiasis. Elephantiasis means the characteristic feature of the size of the elephant, how it looked like, so big and strong. No? So this is how elephantiasis. So these organisms infecting the lymphatic nodes, causing the vessels to or the lymphatic nodes to swell. You can see clear distinction between normal leg with the infected leg, where it swells and look like an elephant leg. That's why the name is called elephantiasis. And you can see most of, like I said, no, they're all parasitic in nature. Roundworm, they cause roundworm, Wuchereria bancrofti, filarial worm, which you have seen, and encyclostoma, which is called a hookworm. Here you can see the whole body have a clear-cut development of all the systems. They have the reproductive system, especially it is a female body, and you can see the mouth and anus, all the way digestive system is fully developed, pharynx, and you can see the excretory pores removing the waste, and even they have primitive nervous system, and you can see they have pseudocoelom, the pseudocoelom, the false cavity present in the body. You can see how these worms present in the body of a human. You can see the size of it. It can be compared like this. You can clearly see the way the worm is being present under the skin, especially in the body. It is clearly visible here. The infected person showing the worm present inside the body as a parasite. Okay, so this is about Aschelminthes. Now let's move to the next phylum called Annelida. Annelida is a phylum having the name like annulus, Annelida. You can see annules, little rings. So you can say that the organisms that belong to Annelida have a distinct morphological characteristic which is nowhere found in the lower forms. See, you can see the body of the organism is segmented, which you already heard during the first lesson, which is called metameres. Segmentation. You can see right over here, they mean their body surface is distinctly marked out into segments, metameres. So that's why they're called Annelida, little rings, segmented body. Where they live, some of them are marine and some of them are freshwater. Sometimes they live even out of the water, terrestrial life, free living. They are not dependent on other organisms, and some of the forms are parasitic in nature. Body have bilateral symmetry, organ system level of organization, three-layered development, and the body is segmented, and they have a coelomate organism. They're all coelomate, having cavity in their body. Their body surface is distinctly marked metameres, and even the body consisting of longitudinal muscles. The body itself look like a longitudinal shape. So that's why they have longitudinal and circular muscles being present in the body, which give them the locomotion. Sometimes aquatic annelids have, like Nereis, you can see this is the Nereis, possesses lateral appendages like legs. You can say not exactly legs, but you can call them as appendages. Biologically, we can call parapodia. Okay, and they are helpful for swimming. And the circular system is closed type. Closed in sense, That means blood is flowing inside the blood vessel. Sometimes some organisms don't have this characteristic, where blood is not flowing in the blood vessel. That is called open type of circulation. So open type and closed type of circulation, especially it is found in Annelida, and it is called closed type of circulatory system. And here comes the nephridia. Nephridium is the most important organ present in these organisms to maintain the fluid balance, that is called osmoregulation, as well as excretion, excreting the waste out of the body. And here the nervous system. The nervous system consisting of paired ganglia connected by lateral nerves, and also they have a double ventral nerve cord. Okay. Let me show you how it look like. So this is the Nereis, the aquatic form of Annelida. You can see they have parapodia being clearly visible right over here. Parapodia. Leech, one of the example. You can see how the body is segmented. Earthworm. You can see the metameres clearly visible. Annulus, rings. And you can see they have the body, internal part of this earthworm. You can see clearly the digestive system is completely developed, starting from mouth, buccal cavity, that means oral cavity, pharynx for grinding the food, and you can see the whole digestive system neatly being present. You can see the crop, gizzard, these are all parts of the digestive system, and even you can see the reproductive system. You can see the heart also here. And here, this is the picture showing the nephridia. Okay, see, nephridia is the one of the organ present in the body, especially meant for excretion, as well as maintaining the body fluid nature. You can see this is the outermost body covering. You can see they have small openings, and this is the nephridium. You can see how the blood vessels are bathed among them. Okay, you can see this is the starting of the nephridia, have continued all the way this tubular structure, eventually ending out of the body. So they collect the waste and they throw it out of the body. Nephridium. Remember this very important 1 mark question. This is how the clump of leeches look like. Okay, so this is all today's class, and let me complete the rest of the part. You can see the reproduction is dioecious organisms. That means sexes are separated, and especially earthworm and leeches are monoecious. That means both male and female reproductive parts are present in the same body, and a sexual reproduction. Fertilization is internal. Fusion of male and female gamete takes place inside the body, and direct development without larval stage. And here are some of the examples, and it is pronounced as Nereis, aquatic annelid, Perithema, earthworm, Hyrudinaria, blood-sucking leech.